Another good dwarf has gone berserk. It is Ultros in a berserker rage. He's only got copper and silver gear. He has a copper short sword. Can't see his skills. And he was an aspid. Let's see. Aren't they the ones that can paralyze other dwarves, I think, or something like that? Anyways, he was standing there on the armor stack, and he takes off and charges forward after I am Lick. Like throws a fireball after him. There's the Bethlehem brothers, and there is Hammurabi 1, and who knows who that is, but they're not combat ready. Ultros turns and kills a chicken, and then collides with whoever, with I Am Lake. I Am Lake, you're getting beat up. Ultros has the upper hand. You've got copper gear on. So let's see, what squad? I really shouldn't have to tell them to do this, but I don't know who lives down here. We have the Days of Lancing, the Relics of Squirting, and the Mountainous Realms. So, D, no, B, no, A, I, J. Kill this son of a bitch. Break his neck. You tell them to charge. The military turns the corner, sets their eyes on him. Somebody comes around. It was Rogue Jack who was sitting around the corner, drinking out of his barrel. Ultros, you're still not hurt. I'm like, you're not hurt. The war dog bites the recruit in the head, but the attack is deflected. Yep. And this time I only have wrestler and recruit to work with, so combat log doesn't do me much good. But Ultros has been struck down. The recruit hacks the recruit in the head with the cobalt battle axe, and the severed part sails off in an arc. So Ultros, you just got your head chopped off. Congratulations. A, I, and J, you can all stand down. Good job, whoever that was. Anybody lose their name? Rimtar Bronzegels. Very unhappy. I'll have to match that up, make sure I know who it is. But we have a new killer on our hands, a new dwarf slayer, who's got a taste of dwarven blood now. So we'll claim Ultros' body parts, and it is 11th Hematite early summer. Hasn't been too much long. Things seem to be happening rather quickly right now. People were still freaking out in here and throwing tantrums, so I decided to engrave down these walls. These walls are engraved down. Let's look at them. A wall is an image of a scepter by Thob. An image of Casbin the Flowery Tell, the deity of plants, depicted as a male moss dwarf. Flowery Tells is contemplating. Depicted as a female ice dwarfette, the image of the deity Arben by Shorast. Arben is engraving. The image of our kingdom, well-designed dwarves. An image of a demonic beast. An image and rendition of well-designed dwarves. An image of billowing volcano. And a masterfully designed image of thick crescents, the symbol of our local government. What have they engraved in the jail for the prisoners to look at? Deity. The god Arben, the deity of fortresses, depicted as a female ice dwarfette. Arben is striking a triumphant pose. An image of 3 lindens, whatever those are. A masterfully designed image of thick crescents. Remember the government while you're in here. Engraved is a well-crafted Melville Dastab rendition of masterfully designed thick crescents. More propaganda. Engraved on the wall is an image of flame devils who lurk below. Another thick crescent symbol. Another thick crescent symbol. Image of a hopeless slave. Possibly somebody locked up in a jail cell. An image of huge waterfalls that you can see right outside the window. Engraved on the image on the wall is an image of a bustling crowd. Backpacks. And a legendary war by M. Vaser I, and an image of lindens. So I'll have to switch the options in the init file and find out what that great war is engraved of. Maybe it's of our triumph against the devils. I still want to see something engraved about that. We've had some brave warriors give their lives. The militia captain attacks the swords dwarf, but he jumps away. And Tedious Bear is throwing a tantrum. We don't have room in our jail, unfortunately, so throw a tantrum at your own peril. It's a guaranteed beating, I believe. I haven't even looked at the surface for a while. What's going on up here? Partially constructed. Just waiting on somebody to get some spare time to go up there. Somebody with architecture or stone hauling. Squads on the surface. We're doing okay. Marley's recovering from her wound. Swords Dwarf slashes the militia captain in the head, lightly tapping, so thankfully just some sparring. Mr. Tokyo, you're unhappy. No telling where the rest of the squads that live up here are. They don't stay up there very much. There is Kogi Fox, and there's Waldo, who was enlisted and drafted into one of the topside squads. So, it is what, 12th Hematite now, early summer? The dwarves are, I think, finally recovering from their little downward spiral they had there. If I can get this floor sealed off, I'll be so much happier. Come on, somebody with masonry and some balls, come put just a floor here, just a couple bricks. Suspended construction of the floor. I don't know. I'm going to try just a little bit more, and then I'm going to seal this up here. And we'll just completely lose this floor for a while. But look at all these adamantine strands. I don't want to seal them up just yet. Oh, there's some fire spirits. So we might have some fun with some fire spirits unless they manage to seal that up soon. It's up to them. Fire spirits or seal the floor. Tedious Bear, you went up there and stabbed somebody, so now I think that Sabin has a mission to beat Criminal. He's one of the only guards still working. He turns after he notices your face. He's only got a crossbow, so if he catches up to you, it'll just be a quick denting. The bum rusher attacks you, begins bruising you all over, brutalating you. Looks like he broke your right upper arm, maybe. Oh, your spine. You had a whole bunch of copper gear on. You're having trouble breathing as your respiratory system begins to seize up. Well, now, Tedious, in your fit of rage, you'll get to drag yourself over to the hospital for the children to work on you. And Jeff Major has imposed a ban on certain exports. I think this is how this works. This might be extremely wrong, but I guess we'll find out. But this is the pump, these are the gears, and the log. Looks like it's being built. Did that say it had enough power? Yeah, I've got enough power there. So hopefully that should power the pump automatically, and I won't have to dedicate a dwarf to doing that ever again. This is the first time I've ever tried this to hook up pumps and machines, so I'm kind of excited. If this works, I can try to roll it out on a large scale somewhere. Blood and guts are being tracked around again. Master Fancy Pants, you're throwing another tantrum. It is 27th Hematite, still early summer. The fort's still recovering. And let's see, Tedious Bear, you're being operated on. There's Critner and Bengal. Bengal's doing all the suturing and bone setting right now. Learning dwarven anatomy. Apparently you got a whole bunch of dogs that need training. The elite wrestler stabs somebody. They're just training, so no big deal. As long as it's not a tantrum. Kind of want to print up some more coins, but I don't want to break our streak. We're doing it once a year so far. What are you doing in here? Rogue Jack. He is miserable. And he's stumbled his way into this dark, useless room that nobody uses, nothing is stored in. What's your gear? Silver gear, copper short sword. Another walking tin can that we've got. Bunch of side bedrooms people seem to be using. I don't see anyone in a bedroom unhappy. Bedrooms seem to equate happiness right now. Our military forces are not very happy. We got another huge refuse pile set up, trying to get all the debris and body parts cleared out. God, look at all this stuff. Stray eland cartilage. Cave tortoise hatchling stuff. Partial skeleton stuff. Plump helmet withered. Kesh kebab skeleton. Skeletal deer hoofs. Thousands of body parts. Once the refuse pile is full, I just remove it and forbid all this stuff. Probably have this whole place carpeted with dead bodies by the time we're out here. A huge bone pit in the bottom of a cavern for someone to stumble upon someday. Unfortunately, our armors are busy being tantrumized. I think, Daedric, I think you got stabbed or beat or something. I'm not sure what happened. But we don't have any armor being made because I want our legendary armorers to make it. They're the only ones with assigned workshops. You know what? I don't know why we don't have 4 people extracting strands here. Seems like an insane waste of time. I did end up sealing off that bottom level. Let's see, where is our hotkey? Right there. I ended up sealing it off because they would never build this floor piece. The Nightwing that was so far down here and out of sight basically right here is just too damn scary. They could see his glowing red eyes from many floors away. As soon as they came down these stairs, they could feel its gaze burning into him. The very gaze of Satan himself. So the dwarves ended up just sealing this off, and they'll be fine with all we've got here. Let's mine this out. Maybe there's a whole huge section back there still waiting to be mined. So it's second Malachite Midsummer. We'll just let the dwarves get back to calming down, and we don't have to worry about hell anymore for the meantime. Just forgotten beasts and any enemies we've made on the surface. Well, the Dutchman had been let go apparently from jail and was in here doing surgery on somebody, I think, when Reverend Hellface came to give him another punishment. So Sergey is currently getting beat down again, bashed in the face. The professional wrestler bashes the Dutchman in the left lower leg with a sterling silver longbow. It's deflected by the armor. Well, I guess the Dutchman has more wounds to recover from. Let's see. Broken arms, I think, a bashed in skull, right testicle wounded. Other than that, though, the fresh beating there, everyone else has made it out of the hospital alive. We've got plenty of soap again, so it's really up to them whether or not they clean themselves now. Between the soap and the waterfall that should wash all the contaminants off if they walk to the surface. And yeah, hey look, the pump is working. The gears are turning, the axles are turning, and it's pumping automatically. So that's one less job for the dwarves to do. It's got plenty of power. I'm quite happy about that. Let's see. I think I'm going to turn this into a bigger stockpile, perhaps. Have a 2-layer stockpile right there. Maybe dig down, could add extra layers there. Still have bodies rotting away in the graveyard there, body parts. No dwarves though, they're all buried. We'd have to lose a lot to fill up all the coffins. Zoan 6, I think you're still locked up in jail. Let's find out. People in jail, yep, still Zoan 6. You're unhappy, but you're uninjured. And currently have all these walls being engraved. Let's see. Looks like Charlie Brown's engraving that wall. We will see what these engravings say. Keep crossing my fingers for one about the demons from hell. About the epic battle our dwarves had down there.